The Lagos State government says it is ready to collaborate with operators of tutorial and continuing educational centers as long as they work in tandem with the government's policies and programs. At a stakeholders interactive meeting organized by the Agency for Mass Education, the Permanent Secretary, Office of the Special Advisor to the Governor on Education, Mr. Wahid Kasali, said positive changes are expected from this stakeholders forum.
The non-formal education is very key, particularly when it comes to checking youth restiveness, to make sure that our youth are properly trained, our youths are properly exposed, our youths are properly equipped. But the only way we can do that is to check the operation of these tutorial centers and other stakeholders, particularly the CEC, so that at the end of the day, they will be working in tandem with the policies and programs of the Lagos State government.
The meeting served as an avenue for participants to brainstorm on the challenges facing their operations.
These youths, they cannot pay, most of them. For example, you tell them ordinarily to pay 3,000 per month. Some of them, they cannot afford it.
I would like you to use your influence to see what you can do in helping or assisting to place these students in public school, particularly after their junior Becky.
If you are doing a Keko project, I will advise that you take these projects to our offices too, so that they can know us with you. Rather than establishing new centers, when you get to a particular local government, you can relate with us. We have space that you can use that we are paying for.
Chair lady here just spoke about examination practices that is not to be allowed. We ATSO, this brand of association, we stand against that. And we are preaching and we're also cleaning the system, from those who are involved in examination malpractices.
Operators of tutorial and continuing educational centers were urged to make use of the state's curriculum as part of efforts to eradicate examination malpractices.
It is our duty as a state government agency to regulate the operations of these continuing education centers. And so we want to ensure that learning takes place in a conducive environment. And teaching is done by qualified teachers, not only qualified, but academically and professionally qualified teachers. And of course, we want to ensure that they make use of the curriculum. When they make use of the curriculum and these students sit for the exams, they will pass the exams.
Participants pledged their commitment to improving the quality of education in the state by maintaining high-level standards and professionalism.
Government policies, we know it affects us so much, and until you put your complaints to them, they perhaps may not know what you are going through. So the essence of today's meeting has given us another wonderful opportunity to put before the government our challenges and how they can be of help. So no doubt about it that this meeting will of course add value to the government and of course our association.
It's a starting point for us to moderate tutorial centers. Like the Director of Mass Education said, we are still going to have a meeting after this meeting where we are going to bring our own policy. We'll merge it with whatever the policy of the government, so that at the end of the day, the two of us can agree on a blueprint that will guide tutorial business in Lagos State.
The stakeholders agreed to cooperate with the state government in its pursuit of standardizing the educational sector in line with international best practices.